Talk to us about how you capitalize on this growth. How do you ensure that you can start to bring on the market share and make sure that you're not at the top of the mountain, that there's still more to come 2021?
Yeah, good seeing you, Caroline. Let me give you a broader story. We're in the middle of a transformation in our company, and it is about growth. And it's growth built around our stores, the fresh produce and meats that we have, and the entire fresh assortment, but the ability to complete your entire shop in our store. So you've got to remember that today people are eating a lot more at home, and there is a safety concern when people go shopping and they want to finish their entire trip in a store, and we are able to do that. And when you eat at home, you care about great produce, you care about great meat and having the variety and the choices, and we give people that. And because of that, we have gained market share during this entire pandemic. And we believe that as long as people continue to eat at home, we will have an advantage because of the assortment that we carry. So I'm very optimistic. It's a really difficult time for the country, but for businesses like ours, we stay busy.
Yeah, so Vivek, so when you talk about everyone staying at home and this idea that a lot of us could be home for a lot longer than originally anticipated, there's also the component where a lot of folks are buying their groceries online, whether it's directly from the grocery stores or through Instagram and other services. How does Albertsons sort of adjust to that new reality for a lot of folks?
Yeah, Romain, we call it e-commerce omni-channel services for our customers. So you have many choices. You can pick it up in our store, which is very popular in many parts of the country. We deliver it to you. You have both those choices, or we use third parties. And so we give customers that choice. It's been a massive change for us, a significant step up pre-COVID to current in terms of the number of customers who are engaging in that. And what's great about that is that we've seen customers who are spending more with us because now they have the great assortment you can get in our stores with the added convenience of just having it put in the trunk of your car or brought home and delivered to you. We see a lot of potential in that. I think it'll continue. I think it will continue to grow as we are seeing period over period, and it'll then stabilize, but at an elevated level.
It was interesting that analysts were worried about peak demand after the coronavirus pandemic have sort of eased. But as you're seeing cases rise in some of the other states, are you seeing demand pick up in those states who are putting in place some shelter-in-place orders or trying to slow the reopening versus other states that are still on track to be reopening much quicker?
Taylor, the way to think about the demand, if you go to the first couple of months, March, April, there was a lot of demand that was about stocking up. And there was so much uncertainty about the pandemic, people just stocked up. If you look at the last few months, it's more a replenishment type of demand because people are eating more at home. They come in every week and replenish that. So that's the change that we see in the pattern of demand. And so I think if you consider it that way, there was some peak in March, April. But given people are eating at home, there is a more sustained level of demand that we're seeing today. It's what I'll tell you, it's more correlated to the national point of view on the virus rather than very specific markets, though we do see some elevation in demand in markets where the crisis is higher, like in Texas, California, and Arizona. But I think of it much more about the national sentiment on it.
And to that end, you're a national business, but with very localized employee bases as well, who must be far more paranoid at the moment in the likes of Texas and Arizona than perhaps they are here in New York. How do you support the employees? How do you ensure there's morale and keep them safe?
Safety is paramount. We have, right out of the blocks, we focused so much on the safety of our employees. And we learned and innovate, and we continue to learn and innovate on that. We follow all of the CDC and state and local protocols and try to do even more. What I'll tell you, first, they've been terrific in being out there and serving our customers in what is a very difficult time, just being there, saying hello, and taking care of their needs. We continue to improve everything we've done. You know, we're so much more effective and efficient on safety than we were earlier in the quarter because of everything that we learned, and we continue to innovate on that. It's an important priority. We believe if you keep our employees safe and happy, they'll make sure that the customers are safe and happy.
Vivek, I want to end on a slightly lighter note here. I mean, before you were running Albertsons here, you obviously had spent some significant time over at PepsiCo running that snacks division. There's a lot of anecdotal evidence, Vivek, out there that we're all eating a lot more snacks. We're all eating, I guess, maybe the comfort foods, if you will, is a diplomatic way of putting it, given that we're all in lockdown. When you look at your own sales trends there at Albertsons, do you see sort of a shift in consumer taste, in consumer behavior that could be lasting?
Well, I don't know if it's lasting, Romaine, but people are baking a lot more cookies, eating a lot more ice cream, consuming more alcohol. So
definitely.
given everything going on around us, people are, I hope, having a little more, indulging a little more at home. And I think that's okay. My sense is it'll all return to some normalcy over time. But you're right about the different pattern of behavior we're seeing in consumption we're seeing today.